Hello and thanks for watching this short video focusing on QuickBooks Online Accountant. And when you are the accountant user, for a while yet, until every single QuickBooks Online user is using the new QuickBooks Online, you will be supporting both QuickBooks Online Classic and QuickBooks Online New clients. So what are the tools and their access points and navigation? How does that work with the different client file types? QuickBooks Online Accountant itself is going to be the same. You're going to have your list, and for example, the Folk Shop for me here and Rockfile are in the new QuickBooks Online user interface. Woods Lawn Mowing is a client that still uses QuickBooks Online Classic, so they have migrated to the new QuickBooks Online. But the QuickBooks Online Accountant homepage will be the same. I can add a new QuickBooks Online company file there. I can go to the sample company. If I want to test out the new QuickBooks Online and I don't actually have a client file yet, I can click on that. It'll launch the sample file in a tab for me. And there's also a PDF that you can read and discover more about the new QuickBooks Online. So let's look at the QuickBooks Online Classic client. And the Accountant Center will be the first thing you see under your Accountant tab, and the navigation is horizontal, and then kind of submenus going in that way, and you can rearrange them how you want. We give you several tools that you'll be used to from Client Data Review tools in the desktop product. We'll classify transactions and write off invoices, and here's where you can go to make a journal entry. And the journal entry itself has an adjusting box, which is not standard to QuickBooks Online. Also in the Reconcile window, when you are going into a client that has QuickBooks Online Classic or New, you have the ability to undo a bank rec, which is also not standard to QuickBooks Online. And you can go ahead and choose this new window, which will launch a new tab, or right-click on the tab you're on if you're in Chrome and choose Duplicate, and it'll give you another tab, and you can go to a different report. Like I can have voided deleted transactions here, and maybe on this one I have, a reconcile window or a register or a balance sheet or a profit and loss, and I can peel them off, put them on the other monitor. So those navigation tips are standard to QuickBooks Online, whether you have a client that uses QuickBooks Online Classic or the new, either way. And another great feature of QuickBooks Online Accountant that you'll want to know about is if you're doing taxes. Right? I can go to the tax line assignment window, and then I can generate the tax return. And I can assign, the lines that I want. Here's the tax mapping. We're going to go ahead and map most of them for you, but others that aren't assigned, you'll want to go ahead and just click on it, choose the appropriate assignment, and then go ahead and generate the tax return in Intuit Tax Online. So when you have clients that are still on the QuickBooks Online Classic, all your accountant tools are still here in the Accountant Center, and you access it very much the same way. Being the accountant user, and having them on your QuickBooks Online Accountant list, and you go ahead and launch their file from there. Now, speaking accountant user, in the QuickBooks Online Classic, you go to the company menu, Manage Users, and that's how you would get to the user screen to go ahead and be invited as an accountant user if you're not already. Let me show you that right now. So you can see here I'm the accountant user. I was invited by my client, and that's why they show up in my QuickBooks Online Accountant list. Now, let's go to a client that is on the new QuickBooks Online, and you'll see the tools are the same, they're just in a different place. Here I am in the Accountant Home, so this is kind of the Accountant Center where I can set the date for my reporting and tools. They'll always open up to, this year, or I could do last quarter, something like that, or last year. I can see the reconciliation status and click on that, and then you have some accountant tips down below. And then the accountant tools or the accountant center tools are under the gear icon in the upper right. Next to the name of the client QuickBooks Online file, I'll see an accountant section where I can go to reclassify transactions or go to the voided deleted transaction report or open up a new window, etc. So that's where the accountant tools are stored under the gear or tools menu in the upper right of the new QuickBooks Online. And this is the accountant home and the book to tax, and go ahead and then generate the tax return within Intuit Tax Online. It'll automatically sign you into Intuit Tax Online. So those are kind of the main navigation points between the two. For transaction entry, again in the new QuickBooks Online, click on the Quick Create icon at the very top of the program. Here's where you can access all of the transaction types. And here's where your journal entry would be. Right? Bank deposit, again, your accountant tools are under here. And then you'll still be coming back to the accountant home is where you start when you launch a client who has the new QuickBooks Online from your QuickBooks Online accountant. Of course, the customer and vendor lists are here, and then you can go down to the transactions and also enter transactions for sales or expenses and access your registers in that fashion as well. So very different design is the new QuickBooks Online from the older QuickBooks Online, but you will be supporting both type clients, and they can be found on your QuickBooks Online accountant list. I hope that was helpful. Have a great day.